The news at 10 on 2 Works For You starts right now.
Right now, a TU football player arrested on drug and weapons charges. Caden explains ahead in sports. First, though, to our breaking news coverage, the execution of Charles Warner carried out tonight, and it was a much different story from last April when the state struggled with the execution of Clayton Lockett. 2 News anchor Russ McCaskey joins us live from the state penitentiary in McAllister with how all of this unfolded after that short delay. Russ.
Well, Stephen, it appears that everything went smoothly here tonight at the state penitentiary in McAllister. Charles Warner was put to death tonight a couple of hours ago. We can tell you that he made some comments that made it appear that he was in distress, but I talked to some media witnesses, the people who watched it all unfold, and they say there was no evidence to support that. After a short delay by the U.S. Supreme Court, media witnesses were loaded onto prison vans at 6:20. The U.S. Supreme Court had denied a stay of execution request. Time was up for Charles Warner, who raped and killed his roommate's 11-month-old child. Now he would finally face his punishment. At 7:10, the execution started. At 7:28, Warner was pronounced dead. Witnesses told us Warner's final words.
Quote, "Before I give my final statement, I'll tell you they poked me 5 times. It hurt. It feels like acid."
Both his mother and sister there, sitting on the other side of the windows watching, comforted each other throughout the time.
Mr. Warner said, "My body is on fire." At this point, his microphone was turned off. He said, "No one should go through this. I'm not afraid to die. We's all going to die."
And we can also tell you that Warner apologized, said he was sorry for the pain that he caused. He also said he was not a monster. But I want to go back to a couple things he said where he said it felt like acid and felt like his body was on fire. Again, I pulled a couple of media witnesses aside and I said, was there any sign of struggle, any real proof that he might be in discomfort? They all said no. They said those were just words that they heard him say. Reporting live from the state penitentiary in McAllister, Russ McCaskey, 2 News Works For You.
Russ, thanks. And our team coverage continues tonight with 2 News reporter Liz Bryant. She spent time with some anti-death penalty members of a Midtown Catholic church and explained how today's brief delay in the execution gave them a glimmer of hope.
As the sun set on Church of the La Madeleine, parishioners prayed for a divine intervention for Charles Warner.
I am vehemently opposed to the death penalty.
Rita Boyle led tonight's prayer vigil. For years, she actually traveled down to McAllister to do this same thing in person at executions.
I don't think that it's the right of the people to punish someone by taking another life unless they have changed it. The cause of death on the death certificate for this man tonight will be homicide, just as the death of a murder victim.
Their prayer tonight, like a candle in the wind. But Rita will continue her effort as her son is in prison too, but not on death row.
Liz Bryant with that story. These women telling her their prayers were not only with the Warner family, but also the 11-month-old child and he murdered and her family members as well. And just moments after Charles Warner was pronounced dead, Governor Mary Fallin released this statement saying in part, quote, "Justice was served tonight as the state executed Charles Warner for the heinous crime of raping and murdering an infant." Continuing her statement, quote, "I appreciate the professionalism shown by Departments of Corrections employees during this process." Our coverage continues right now online. You can find a look back at the hurdles the state had to jump through to carry out this execution. That's on our website, kjrh.com.
And I leaned up to him and told him I loved him. And I promised him that I would make sure that his sister and brother were always kept safe.
The heartbreaking last words from a grandfather to his dying 3-year-old grandson. Sapulpa police arrested Christopher Winry for the death of little Jason White. Winry is the boyfriend of the boy's mother. Doctors told police it appears White was shaken to death. Now, the young boy's grandfather struggling to explain what happened to his other grandchildren who recently lost their father.
The only thing I can think to tell her is that God knew that he wouldn't get well, so he took him to be with his daddy. And they're waiting for you, for me.
Hard to hear. Well, funeral services are scheduled for 10 a.m. on Tuesday at Smith Funeral Home in Sapulpa. A fund to help with those final expenses through South Heights Baptist Church is set up. Well, new at 10, a Tulsa man charged with robbing a Sand Springs bank is getting a new address for the next several years. The judge sentenced 24-year-old Aaron Rock to 9 years in prison. Police say tipsters led them to Rock's home after releasing surveillance video. Investigators say in June, he entered Bank First and handed a teller a withdrawal slip with a message on it saying, "Give me your money, I have a gun." They say Rock only got away with a little over $1,200. Well, right now it is a little chilly out there in Green Country, but Brett's got some good news about a warm-up on the way.
That's right, Stephen. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it feels like winter at night and then spring during the day. And right now, after the sun has set, the temperatures have dropped quickly. We knew it would cool off quickly. We're all the way down into the upper 20s at Bartlesville, where it's 29 degrees. Okmulgee's at 33. McAllister right now at 31. The winds are calm. The skies are clear. Around the region, 34 Skytook, 33 at Bixby, 32 right now at Jenks, and 37 at Catoosa. So temperatures here in the mid-30s through midnight only fall back to about 30 degrees overnight. And with sunshine, we're going to see a big temperature jump tomorrow. We'll show you how warm it gets and how long it stays spring-like in the 7-day forecast.
All right, Brett, thanks. Well, a new partnership aimed at bringing better health care for the citizens of the Cherokee Nation. It will expand the W.W. Hastings Medical Campus and provide more services. The $100 million investment will bring in new life to the 3-decade-old facility. Tribe leaders say it means more doctors, staff, and space for patients.
Take that $100 million investment and parlay it into possibly $30 million a year and dollars coming directly to the tribe for doctors, nurses, maintenance, to almost double the access to health care for our people.
Groundbreaking is expected sometime this year. The Cherokee Nation location was chosen out of nearly 40 tribes. Well, a Native American teen with a brain tumor is denied care. For 6 weeks, the Tunis investigators have looked into the denials by the Claremore Indian Hospital. The latest case involves 15-year-old Carter Cleveland. He needed to see a specialist but was denied twice. His mother tried to find out why.
Is it because funding is low? And the exact response the lady told me was, no, we had plenty of money this week. Your son's case was just not as critical as others.
Now, Carter did ultimately receive care, but it was not through Indian Health Care. That group tells us it's low on funds, but isn't saying exactly why. Now to a 2 News health alert. The state health department reporting 9 new flu deaths in Oklahoma. That brings this season's total to 31 deaths and about 1,000 hospital stays. Last year, Oklahoma's flu season claimed a record 61 lives. And going in depth about this year's flu vaccine, as predicted, it is not doing a great job. In fact, a new study finds the vaccine is only 23% effective. That's one of the worst performances since the government started tracking how well vaccines work a decade ago. Well, now, new at 10, thousands of Garth Brooks fans packed the BOK tonight for his 5th Tulsa concert. 2 of his fans made a 19-hour trip over the Atlantic Ocean to see this Oklahoma legend. 2 News reporter Nathan Edwards in the studio to introduce us to some of those dedicated fans. Nathan.
Well, Stephen, Nicola and Pauline Baverstock just got into town last night. They flew here from London to see their first Garth Brooks show in 20 years. 2 fangirls from across the pond simply can't wait to see Garth in action.
It's just for the last month since we've known we'd come in. I just haven't slept, haven't eaten. I just can't wait to see him.
Nicola and Pauline Baverstock just got in town last night. 2 unlikely country music fans hailing from London.
When he first started to become famous, that's when we first heard one of his songs. And we got his album imported from America, and we've liked him ever since.
That was back in 1989. Since then, they've tracked down Garth every time he performs in the UK, including a memorable show in Edinburgh 20 years ago.
We stalked him, basically.
After that show, they followed Garth's motorcade to a nearby bowling alley to see if they could meet him.
So we parked up and we got out of the car and we put our face to the window. We had our nose squished up, and someone came out and they're like, can we help you? And we're like, we know he's in there. Is there any chance we could just say hi?
And sure enough, Garth came out and all 3 snapped this photo.
He's a total gentleman, gave us his autograph, and he was just such a down-to-earth chap.
Tonight, Pauline and Nicola hope to make new memories here in Tulsa, screaming and singing like they did when they last saw him 2 decades ago.
I'm busting to get in there, so I just can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't believe he's just behind those doors.
Well, fortunately for these two, when they got into town, they were able to track down tickets for another show tomorrow night. So Nicola and Pauline will have plenty to smile about on their flight back to England. Reporting, Nathan Edwards, 2 News Works for You.
Exciting stuff, Nate. Thanks. Well, downtown Oklahoma City may look a little different soon. Changes could be on the way. Why 9 downtown buildings could soon meet the wrecking ball. Plus, can you spell intense? A spelling bee this morning at a Green Country school. How your kids can still take part in one.
No, but I can spell warmer. W-A-R-M-E-R. Tomorrow, that's the forecast. Going to break, Robert Livesay sharing a picture of an eagle taking flight tonight on Grand Lake.
Want to get that yes feeling for yourself? It's easy with Conn's Yes Money. Even when other stores say no to credit, we say yes. Just go to cons.com to apply and get approved the very same day.
Everyone loves having choices. That's why at Jim Glover Chevrolet, we're committed to providing you with the largest selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in the state. Due to our large sales volume, we receive hundreds of fresh trade-ins each month, all of which are available at Dad's guaranteed best price. Check out this 2014 LTZ Equinox or a 2014 Silverado Crew Cab. Your choice, just $26,988 or only $359 a month. Plus, get no payments for 90 days. There's only one Jim Glover Chevrolet, I-44 Memorial, or online at jimgloverchevy.com.
It's just a few steps for tradition, for innovation. A few steps so we can all stay connected and live better lives. And just a few steps for all the Touchstone Energy Cooperative members who got us here. Learn more about the power of your co-op membership.
Discover more by visiting takecontrolandsave.coop today.
One award doesn't make you the best. 3 awards, well, that's a different story. The Audi A3. Uncompromised luxury starts at $29,900.
French people did not make this French dip and Swiss sandwich. Arby's made it. You do not need to go to France. Turn the car around. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hey, new RAV4? Where are you off to?
Camping, caving, meteor shower, homecoming, Mardi Gras, teacher conference, fly fishing, base camp, herping.
Searching for amphibians.
Oh.
The 2015 Toyota RAV4. With more features and more tech, you're ready for anything. Right now, get $750 customer cash or lease the adventurous 2015 RAV4 LE for only $199 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Good evening. I'm Andy Brown, President at Capital Advisors, and here are your stocks of local interest.
News tonight, a borrowed bulletproof vest likely saved the life of a small-town police chief. The officer trying to investigate a bomb threat at a school in Sentinel was shot while inside the home early this morning. The man who fired the gun won't face arrest for now. He tells the Sentinel's mayor recalls what happened after the police chief, Lewis Ross, and deputies made entry into that home.
So they made entry, cleared the first bedroom, cleared the second bedroom, and he opened fire on the police and shot our chief 3 times in the chest and once in the arm.
OSBI agents believe he was unaware it was officers who were in the home. Police say no bomb was found. Chief Ross is expected to make a full recovery, though. Well, now to a 2 News follow-up. 9 historic buildings in downtown Oklahoma City will soon meet the wrecking ball. Today, developers got the go-ahead to tear down the buildings located between Hudson and Walker and Main and Sheridan. David Pettyjohn, a local preservationist, opposed demolition of those buildings.
I heard them described today as sad and obsolete, but they're not. These are part of our past.
The plan is to build this new 27-story office tower along with 2 adjoining parking garages. The goal is to begin demolition as early as next month, with construction on the tower wrapping up in 2017.
We cannot walk alone, and as we walk, we must make the pledge to always march ahead.
Today, a Central High student got his chance to recite Dr. Martin Luther King's famous I Have a Dream speech. Kennard Johnson says he has tried for 4 years to win the competition to do so. He delivered the speech to 1 gas employees. Johnson says Dr. King's speech gave him courage to try out so many times.
The passion that Dr. King had and his mission and vision is what made me have a passion to want to recite the speech, seeing how it has impacted so many others' life. It has impacted my life.
John Burroughs Elementary School students also performed at that ceremony. Well, the search for Oklahoma's best speller is on at schools across the state. Here in Green Country, students at Elliott Elementary stepped up to the microphone in front of their peers to test their skills. I was one of the judges, and let me tell you, that was intense. 2 News anchor Max Resnick gives us a look.
On the Elliott Elementary School stage, nervous legs swinging back and forth. 18 third through 5th graders competing for the title of Spelling Bee Champion.
ALSO also.
Among the hundreds of students, dozens of parents watching in support, including Daniel Prather, here to cheer on his son Barrett.
Force. F-O-R-C-E. Force.
Been working on it in class to get to this level, and just kind of excited to try it out.
The Elliott Elementary Spelling Bee is a qualifier for the Eastern Oklahoma Spelling Bee at Holland Hall in March, part of the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
We love for our children to show off how much they know, show their knowledge in all subjects, and this is just another opportunity to let them shine and give them the spotlight.
Void of autocorrect and spell check's red squiggly lines, Daniel says the Spelling Bee can help his son and other students in a couple of ways.
We've lost a lot, I think, in society. Often we don't have cursive writing and things like this, and I think spelling is just one more of those things that it's nice to see you get in front of people and actually have to pull that out of your head and be able to speak it in front of everyone.
Hank, today's champion, pulled off just that. He goes to Holland Hall. But the search for Oklahoma's best speller isn't over. 2 News is looking for more schools to join the fray, a deadline we've opened up through January 29th. To sign up your school, go to kjrh.com/spellingbee. Max Resnick, 2 News works for you.
Storm Shield weather, certified most accurate.
Good evening, everyone. Might have noticed that Jameel Donath, our very own Jameel Donath, was the pronouncer giving out those words to the students. Good job to all who participated. Highs today, 57 in Bristow, Talala, 56, Inola, 54, Jay, 50 degrees. Wow, nice warm-up because we needed this. January so far, very cold start. McAllister, average daytime high around 39. Muskogee's average daytime high around 38, 37 in Tulsa, and 35 the average high in Bartlesville. And when you factor in those morning lows, everyone running about 8.5 degrees below average. But things are changing. Nice sparkly night out there from our Midtown camera. A lot of city lights on. Temperature currently sits at 37 degrees. We've got a west-northwest wind right now at 5 miles an hour. The air somewhat dry. The dew point's only at 25 right now. Humidifier in the room could add a little moisture to that room, make it feel a little bit warmer. 29 currently in Bartlesville, 33 at Okmulgee, 34 at Eufaula, 28 over in Tahlequah. Not much going on across the country. We have some rain across central Florida, a storm pushing into the Pacific Northwest. In between all that, we are sandwiched with sunshine, and high pressure across West Texas is going to move to the east. It'll be in the mid-Mississippi River Valley tomorrow. That will send us a southerly wind. It'll be windy from Oklahoma City to Lubbock, but we'll be just on the outside of that, so I don't expect strong winds. A south wind at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Lots of sunshine and nice temperatures, starting out a little cold tomorrow morning in the lower 30s, but look at this warm-up. Now, this computer data here says 60, but I think we can go to 63 tomorrow. And then Saturday morning, we drop back to about 38. A cold front comes through Saturday afternoon, but not before we make it up to about 65 for the high. And then Sunday morning, we'll drop down to about 34. Sunday afternoon, right back up into the low to mid-60s. And the reason why is downslope winds. And if you want to learn more about downslope winds, go to kjrh.com. I did a video blog explaining how those downslope winds help us warm up during the winter time. All right, our almanac for today, 57 the high. Wow, very nice. 48 the average high, record high 70, the record low was 0. 30 overnight tonight, clear skies, seasonably cold. Some of the colder spots will be around Bartlesville and Tahlequah, which right now is at 28, will actually warm up a degree back to 29. Here's the detailed forecast for Friday. Cold night tonight, 30 to start with, 32 seasonable at the bus stops. A big jump by noon up to 57, even warmer at 3 p.m. 45, a chilly night tomorrow night. Pryor 61 tomorrow, Grove 58, Okmulgee, Muskogee around 64, Bristow also around 64 degrees. Here's the 7-day forecast. 65 on Saturday with some clouds in the afternoon along that front. 63 on Sunday, 65 by Monday, 58 on Tuesday, and a little colder by next Wednesday and Thursday. And Stephen, we want to send along our well wishes to our storm chaser Denton Sachs, who was involved in that accident today on 169.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was in the black truck that was hit by one of the semis, so we hope Denton's feeling all right tonight.
Absolutely. Definitely want to send him our well wishes. I didn't realize he was involved. That was a pretty serious accident there.
Yeah.
All right.
He's doing okay, but we want him to get better.
Glad to hear it. All right, okay. Brett, thanks. Now time for some sports.
Now, 2 Works for You Sports, driven by your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
And welcome into sports, everybody. Well, they say practice makes perfect. Not for the Thunder tonight. A rare 5-day break, allowing OKC to try and fine-tune some things on the practice floor this week. If they did, they sure had a funny way of showing it. Thunder visiting the Rockets. Our old buddy James Harden was showing no mercy on Scotty Brooks. Harden down the lane like a boss. 15 first-quarter points. It's 40-18 Houston after one. The lead as large as 26. Thunder trying to make a game of it. Second quarter, Russell Westbrook's steal leads to a Kevin Durant slam. OKC cuts the lead to 10. Third quarter, it's KD for 3. He scores 24. Moments later, Westbrook again, the pilfer. Here comes your punch. 16 points, 5 steals for Russ. But in the fourth quarter, Harden finishing what he started. Telling Reggie Jackson, you can't guard me. His 6th 3 of the ball game, 31 points for the Beard. Rockets embarrassed the Thunder. 112-101. Back home tomorrow against the team with the NBA's best record, Golden State. Yikes. Now, help could be on the way. According to ESPN tonight, the Thunder in talks with Brooklyn to trade for this guy, Brook Lopez. He's one of the league's best low-post scorers. Career average of 18 points per game. OKC would reportedly part with Jeremy Lamb. Tulsa football dismissing offensive lineman Zach Webb from the team tonight. Webb arrested this afternoon, charged with felony count firearm possession and possession of drug paraphernalia. He's a Metro Christian grad and did not see action in his first 2 seasons at 11th and Harvard. OU football's new offensive coordinator Lincoln Riley on the road recruiting for the Sooners this week. Bob Stoops going to introduce Riley at a press conference Saturday afternoon in Norman. Ohio State quarterback Cardell Jones just led the Buckeyes to a national championship, announcing today he will return for his senior season in Columbus. Jones started the last 3 games for Ohio State, started the year as a 3rd stringer, is not guaranteed the starting job next fall. We'll be back with more sports. The Tulsa Public Schools Hall of Fame ceremony. Some big names going in tonight. That next.
When our family opened a Chevy store, we knew we wanted to be different. We wanted to provide Oklahoma's largest selection of new Chevrolets right here in Tulsa. Instead of just stocking a few in every model, we have over 1,000 vehicles to choose from at the best prices in the state. For example, check out the 2015 Silverado Double Cab for a mere $26,999 or $369 a month. Or drive the fuel-efficient 2015 Equinox for $0 down and just $299 a month. Jim Glover Chevrolet, the National Dealer of the Year. I-44 Memorial or online at jimgloverchevy.com.
Well, if Monday's meeting's boring and Tuesdays are too slow, if Wednesdays leave you snoring, there's something you should know. If Thursdays are lifeless and Friday won't come fast enough, there's a secret that's priceless to finding a little more love. It only takes 4 quarters to brighten up a day. Just $1 for coffee or hash browns. Chase your routine, lose away.
People have been talking about energy independence for a long time. It's always been popular, but today it's possible.
We have an enormous supply of oil and gas in the United States, much more than we thought just a few years ago.
New technology, massive new discoveries, largely made by Oklahoma companies. It literally changes everything.
And Oklahoma is leading the charge. Go watch this video to see why. Energy independence starts with us.
The word ordinary is not in our vocabulary. Hurry to Jim Norton Chevy and get extraordinary deals on a remaining new 2014 Silverado. Just $21,935 for the big four-door double cab Silverado. Or trade in your old Chevy and save $6,000 on a new 2015 Tahoe or Suburban. Plus, get oil changes for life.
Come on, Tulsa. Who does all that?
Jim Norton's Chevy in Broken Arrow.
It's a significant improvement over the Infiniti we had.
We went around the country talking to people who made the switch to Ford.
Oh, I love it.
We test drove the Escape.
We both said, I think that's the one.
I really enjoy the pep in its step.
That's the EcoBoost. When the four of us go out, we always take our car. This was like a huge upgrade. It's awesome. For us, the Escape was just right.
Now switch to a new 2015 Ford Escape and get up to $2,500 cash back, or lease one for just $199 a month at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
One of the best basketball players this town has ever produced and one of the best coaches in college hoops history tonight headlining the class of 2015 for the Tulsa Public Schools Athletic Hall of Fame. Lee Mayberry, state champion at Rogers High School, then went on to a fantastic career at Arkansas and 7 years in the NBA. And Eddie Sutton, of course, more than 800 career victories, took Arkansas, Kentucky, and Oklahoma State to the Final Four. Both inducted tonight.
But I always thought, you know, when I found out that they were doing this, that I hoped that someday they would ask me to be in the Hall of Fame here at the Tulsa Public Schools, because I just really had a marvelous time the 7 years I was here coaching. I still look back and I still talk to some of the players that I had at that point.
A lot of history, a lot of great coaches, a lot of good athletes that has come through this city. It's an honor to be recognized as being one of those greats.
Now, earlier today, TPS officials showing off the Hall of Fame's new home. Looks good. On display, plaques of the 39 Hall of Famers so far, memorabilia, and a list of Tulsa's state championship teams, every one of them. The list of 12 going in tonight, along with Sutton and Mayberry. There it is: Mike Mims, Jill Most, Neil Mask, Melvin Driver, Doug Duggar, Gene Hart, Art Williams, Gene Shell, Robert Sprague, and J.V. Haney. Congrats to all of them. It was fun being out there. That's your Oklahoma Ford Sports Report. We'll be right back.
Jack to See Ford in Claremore is having their 56th annual model year-end sale. You'll find a new 2014 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT, V8 6-speed auto, 18-inch rim, sync, and chrome package, sale priced at just $29,995. That's over $9,200 off MSRP. Jack to See Ford's model year-end sale. Act now while selection is good. Just up Highway 66 in Claremore.
Jack to See Ford. What a dealer should be. Jack to See Ford.
Steve's Tools has gifts for your cool guy and your tool guy. Rolling tool chests, 22-piece screwdriver sets, 4.5-inch grinder, just $22. 148-piece professional home tool sets, 5-piece plier sets, 37-piece screwdriver bit set, leather tool bags. Steve's offers great customer service. Let us help you find that perfect gift. Can't decide? Let them decide with Steve's gift cards.
Steve's Tools. Get out there and nail something, even if it takes 2 tries.
The Chris Nickel Truck Stop is the only place in Oklahoma where you can find over 500 new Ram trucks. Now with the ultimate Ram ownership experience exclusively at Chris Nickel. Pay nothing for 4 years or 50,000 miles on the most comprehensive maintenance plan available, including oil changes, wear and tear items such as brake pads and rotors, engine belts, wiper blades, and scheduled maintenance. There's never been a better time to buy a Ram, and there's only one ultimate Ram ownership experience at Chris Nickel on 145th in the BA, where you always get your nickels worth.
This breakfast French toaster is so good.
Really good. The French toast complements the bacon and the egg and the cheese.
Oh, hey, French toast, you're so warm and inviting.
That's like a compliment. What I'm saying is they are complementary, the way like a pitcher and a catcher would complement each other well.
Oh, like good throw. Nice catch.
I don't think you're going to get this.
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's the perfect complement to your morning. The breakfast French toaster. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
Zero down and only $99 a month. We won't be undersold. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Zero down and only $99 a month. We will get you into a pre-owned vehicle you've always wanted. We won't be undersold. We have hundreds to choose from. Don't prejudge your credit. Our For the People Credit Approval Program will get you approved. Zero down and only $99 a month. Only at Green Country Mitsubishi in Bixby. Visit us online at gcmitsubishi.com.
4 ways to win at Classic Chevrolet's New Year's celebration. Win $35,000 in cash or a new truck if the last 6 digits of your driver's license matches the 6 we post daily. Spin the wheel for discounts with the purchase of a new car. Plus, we draw for a big screen TV every Saturday at 6 p.m. If you don't come see us, you can't win. We don't want to just sell you a car. We want to help you buy a car. Classic Chevrolet in Owasso, where a handshake matters. ClassicChevrolet.net.
Caught on camera, an elderly driver blasts through a Sacramento car wash at 40 miles per hour. No one was injured, but as you might imagine, the damage was extensive.
Stuff can be fixed. You know, there's insurance and things for stuff like that. You know, people are the most important thing.
Scary stuff. Well, the manager says the 94-year-old man paid for his car wash and then couldn't take his foot off the accelerator. Well, some new video that you've just got to see to believe. Surveillance video from Costa Rica shows a woman stealing a TV by putting it under her dress. Another woman kept watch as she tucked that box to the TV between her legs, and then she walked off looking fairly normal, all things considered. Both of those suspects still on the run. Well, Brett takes a final look at our forecast coming up.
TVs for less.
Tulsa's lowest prices, $32, $42, $55, all sizes.
TVs for less.
Save 25% and more every day.
TVs for less.
On South Mingo next to the VA Expressway and on the web at tvsforlesstulsa.com.
When you want a dependable truck, you want the most awarded pickup of 2014. You want the truck from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. You want the Chevy Silverado, made of high-strength dependability. Now get 0% APR for 60 months, or current GM owners can trade up to get $6,500 total value on this Silverado. See your Green Country Chevy dealers.
So, with U.S. Cellular, you get 4 lines and 10 gigs for $130 a month. And you can upgrade your phone every year. Say, upgrade.
Upgrade? U.S. Cellular lets you upgrade every year?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great. Just sign this.
This is how I sign up?
I don't make the rules, Mr. Westbrook.
At U.S. Cellular, get 4 lines with 10 gigs for just $130 a month. And upgrade your phone every year. U.S. Cellular.
Looking for designer glasses? Get Coach, Fendi, Armani, and many more for the best prices at iMart Express. Or choose 2 complete pairs, frames, and lenses for $49. 2 pairs with no-line bifocals for $99. All with a free 1-year warranty. And you can wear your glasses today. We'll text you when they're ready. You get a lot more for less. At iMart Express, most insurance accepted.
In Owasso and in Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Sand Springs, and Muskogee.
This is your Tundra, your castle on wheels. And here you rule. Go anywhere, do anything. Just a turn of that key, and you're free to roam. But first, a little ballet. The 2015 Toyota Tundra. It's American-built for today's truck driver. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 on a new 2015 Tundra Crew Max Special Edition for a savings over $4,200. Toyota, let's go places.
TVs for less.
Tulsa's lowest prices, $32, $42, $55, all sizes.
TVs for less.
Save 25% and more every day.
TVs for less.
On South Mingo next to the VA Expressway and on the web at tvsforlesstulsa.com.
9 Funeral and Cremation, celebrating 75 years of family service.
You're watching 2 Works for You.
Brett's here with a not bad 7-day coming up.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It gets no better.
January thaw, 63 tomorrow, mid-60s Saturday, Sunday 63 and 65 on Monday. Little downslope wind action. You can go to kjrh.com to find out more about that.
All right, excellent. And that's some science there. And you said earlier a sandwich with sunshine, right?
Yes, I love
like
those
that.
kind.
I love that too.
Me too.
See you back here tomorrow.
Basically San Diego out.